So you want to start the cash envelope system, but have no clue on where to start? Stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to start the cash envelope system. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for stopping by. My name is C, aka Dat Girl Budgets. On this channel, we talk about all things cash stuffing, budgeting, and saving. So if that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you may be notified of future uploads. Alrighty, so on today's video, we're going to be going over the cash envelope system and how to start the system. So let's go. So the cash envelope system basically is you are putting cash into different envelopes based on their categories. So how do you go about that? How do you determine the categories and all that good stuff? So number one, track your expenses. So that means I want you to check your bank account statements and pinpoint your money habits. So categorize your expenses by grouping them together. This includes your fixed expenses and your variable expenses. So that meaning that includes your rent, your mortgage, your light bill, your groceries, your eating out, takeout, all those type of things. And this will form the foundation of your budget because you're going to need these numbers to establish a budget. So that brings us to number two. You are going to establish your budget. Alrighty, so this means you're going to gather your information from what you use to track your expenses to form your budget. And a budget is basically your income minus your fixed expenses, minus your variable expenses, and minus your savings/sinking funds. So if you need any tips or advice on how to budget or how to start a budget, I do have a video that I made previously, and I will have it linked up in the cards and in the description down below, and it's a wonderful video if you want to get started on how to budget. Okay, so third thing is, okay, we've already established our budget, so number three is to establish your categories cash envelopes. Okay, so some people cash stuff their fixed expenses. Fixed expenses are bills that reoccur every month. So some people like to cash stuff their rent, card, utilities, things of that nature. And some people like to stuff their variable expenses, which is, you know, the expenses that are going to fluctuate every month, like your groceries, your gas, beauty, pet care, that type of thing. So me personally, I do cash stuff three of my fixed expenses. I cash stuff my mortgage, BK, and I also cash stuff my car. And those are the three bills that I cash stuff, and I divide them in 4 paychecks so that I won't be hit with a big lump sum when the time is due. And most people will cash stuff their variable expenses. And so let me give you an example of variable expenses, or the variable expenses that I cash stuff. So remember, variable expenses fluctuate, so they're going to fluctuate from time to time. So I do dining out, I do lunch, I have groceries, I have household, I have baby, which, you know, includes diapers, wipes. It used to include formula, but he doesn't drink formula anymore. Beauty includes like haircuts, hairstyling, waxing, nails, that type of thing. And then I have a miscellaneous just in case, you know, I forget to budget for something, or if I go over on a category, then I can pull for the miscellaneous. So that's just an example of my cash envelopes. And these are the ones that I carry with me every day. Okay, so we established our categories. We went over fixed expenses. We went over variable expenses. Okay, sinking funds. Sinking funds is a strategic way to save money by setting aside money every month or each paycheck to a certain category that would normally be budget killers. Example of budget killers are like home repairs, you know, medical, car maintenance, car registration, you know, traveling, if you have to like do emergency travel, and then holidays. Now Christmas comes at the same time every year, and yet it still is a budget killer for most people. And I know it's a budget killer for me. So why not make a cash envelope for Christmas and start saving for it, throughout the year? Okay, so you don't need many cash envelopes, or you don't need many sinking funds to start out with, right? So you can just start off with your top 3 that seem to kill your budget over and over and over again. I know when I first started out, it was car maintenance, medical, and I think it was car registration. I can't remember. But those were the top 3 things. But, you start off with your top 3, and then as you, budget and you see fit, you can add more sinking funds. But I mean, you don't have to start off with this 30 plus envelopes. I mean, that's overwhelming to me. So, focus on your top 3. So let me show you example of my sinking fund categories. Okay, so example of my sinking funds would be, I told you I have mortgage and decade and car maintenance, kids, and these are empty because I started over for the new year. So kids, home, gifts, clothing, medical, projects, beauty, date night, fun, decor, those type of things. And then I have another, binder where I do my savings, and I have like emergency fund and my oh shit envelope. These are my kids' savings envelopes. I have a buffer, Christmas, holidays, travel, and my YouTube. So, those are examples of my sinking funds. But like I said, you don't have to start off with this many. I mean, pick your top 3 and build from there. Okay, so we've tracked our expenses. We've established our budget. We established our categories and envelopes, what we want to use based on our budget. And then we are going to gather up our supplies. So you do not need to spend unnecessary money. The goal is to save money, not to spend money. So you can start off with just these regular envelopes, right? I got these, a box of these for $1 at Dollar Tree. I mean, you can start off with these. This is the wallet that I started off with when I started cash stuffing. And I got this from Amazon, I believe, and it came with these wallets. It came with these envelopes. And, as you can see, these are my categories: internet, tithes and offerings, dining out, beauty, personal, lunch money, groceries, household goods, that type of thing. And I think this whole set, this black wallet, let me take this, I'll put that to the side. This wallet came with these envelopes, and I think it was maybe like 20 bucks or so. But, I carry this around with me as a wallet until, I found some more envelopes. And so I upgraded to these, which this is like my first order on Etsy that I did. And as you can see, it has, the same thing, same categories: dining out, lunch, groceries, household, baby, miscellaneous, that type of thing. So, it doesn't have to be expensive. Another thing that I also started off with, so I got this binder from Amazon, and excuse me for the look of it, y'all. I had to dig these out because I haven't used these in a long time, but I got this binder off of Amazon, just a regular binder, and I ordered the infamous clear envelopes that everybody has, a pack of them. And then what I did was I just took some labels and, I just stuck them on the envelopes. That one I did the same thing also. And these are labels that you can get from Dollar Tree. You can also use these to label, the envelopes. So it doesn't have to be expensive, just something that can house your cash envelopes, no matter, what they are. So we got our supplies. And like I said, we're not going to spend that much money on our cash envelopes as we just not starting out. And so tips to remember: There's no right or wrong way to budget. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. Everyone's budget is going to be different. Everyone's income is different. And it's just up to you to adjust your budget and categories accordingly. So, some months your income may fluctuate and you may not be able to stuff as much money into one envelope as you normally would, or you may find that you may not need that sinking fund envelope that you thought you needed, or you may need to add on to your sinking funds. The beauty of budgeting is that you're able to tailor it to your needs and wants to achieve your financial goals. And so remember, you determine your cash envelope amounts by tracking your expenses, and it's based off of your budget. No one can tell you, hey, this is the right amount to stuff in your envelopes. This is not the amount. This is based on what you tracked and what you found out about your budget. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. And if you found it helpful, share with a friend, share with your family members, share with anybody that you know wants to start the cash envelope system. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, keep God first and everything else will work out. Bye-bye.